Hello guys, welcome to Madiskarteng, Aussie, where we go around and collect bits and pieces of scrap metal. I usually only collect aluminium and copper now. Steel tends to be too heavy and you end up with a great load of steel with a lot of weight and you don't get a very high price for it. So I tend to aim mostly towards aluminium. I'm a fencer, so I do a lot of slap aluminium panels, and also on building sites there's always a piece of aluminium just lying around in the scrap heap. And surprisingly, if you only pick it up when you walk past, you're not putting any extra effort in to get it, you just collect it. And so you can see down below us here, there's bits and pieces of stuff. This is one particular good score that I've made, and I'll explain that one a little bit more in depth later on in the video. But mostly it's offcuts of slat panels and channel and so forth. A couple of old aluminium screen printing, silk screen printing screens, some alloy wheels. I'm not sure if these collect the same value as pure aluminium because these are a magnesium alloy, but I'm going to find out, because if so, they're easy to collect alloy wheels. So I do on occasion collect bits and pieces of copper wire. Copper fetches an extremely good price. Better if it's stripped, but that's a little bit difficult too. So we'll head over to where we're going to strip down some of this big wire that I just told you about, and I'll show you how it's originally formed and what we do to clean it up ready for scrap. So guys, I was lucky enough the other day to get, and this is 3 pieces of 4, so you can see how thick the cable was. Now each one is wrapped in a individual plastic, and the whole 3 had a big heavy black plastic around it, so the cable was, you know, around that thick. So this is pure aluminium, all stranded together to form one thick solid cable. And as far as aluminium goes, aluminium's very light, but there's a considerable amount of weight in this coil of wire. As you can see, and you can see how long it is. It's quite long. It's quite firm.
And how much is the price for the aluminium?
I can't remember. I would have to. It's around $10 a kilo, I think. So it's a pretty good price. It takes a little bit of work to get this plastic off because it's quite tough plastic. So you have to cut it down to the metal so it'll fold out. And we're going to speed this video up as we progress through it because it does take a little while to get there. And of course guys, if you're cutting, it's a razor blade, don't put your hand behind it for any longer than you have to. Cut with your hand behind the blade so you don't slice through your hand, because really the pressure you're having to put on, it's quite dangerous and it does slip from time to time.
Yeah, safety first, guys, safety first.
So we'll just cut through it.
And guys, he's doing this only as a part-time when he is at home only,
Yeah,
and
just on the weekends.
Yeah, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's not really a job that he is doing.
This is not going to make you a living. You physically can't collect enough scrap metal in 1 week without putting in massive hours. You just wouldn't
Going on site.
Yeah, you really wouldn't make a living out of it. So, but it does bring in some pretty good pocket money and allows you to play around with other stuff because you have a little bit of extra cash. So
Yeah, means cash, no tax.
don't worry, the government will still find a way to get something out of you. So you can see how it slips. If your hand is behind that, you just slice your hand open.
Give a lot of force to cut it off, right?
It does take quite a bit of force, and that's why it's so dangerous, because you're exerting a lot of force on it, and when it does slip, it just lets go. So we're nearly there now. You can slow the video back down again now, and I'll show you how we then extract the metal out. You can kind of feel when it starts rubbing across the
Metal and yeah,
as it cuts through.
as you can see, we cut it off
We've sliced it all the way down.
all the way down there.
It's still quite tough, so I'm on this side. So now we just spread it open, and it's pretty tough plastic. So
How much do you think the value of that strip?
separated. Well, this strip would be, I would think it'd be 7 kilos. So it could be.
A kilo is $10 or
No,
$8?
it's $5 or $10. I just can't remember. It's considerably higher than steel. You would have to look in your local area what it's valued at. We'll come back to you with the actual price, but you know, that's a good 7 kilos of aluminium there, which will net me a good return. So I reckon in the 2 pieces of cable I got, one was nearly 3 meters long and one was only about 1200 long, and I reckon there's about 30 or 40 kilos in it.
That he is already stripped.
Go. I'll strip the other ones off. When we load it up and take it down to the scrap place, I'll report back on what value we got and what weight we had, and see if it was worthwhile. It usually is with aluminium though. Anyway guys, we'll call it quits for now, and we'll see you again soon. Like and subscribe, won't you?